What is going on, good people? Drusilla Cow, okay. Candy, Silver. Oh, Joy. That's right, let's go. Uh-oh, got called in for jury duty. Be nice. Be nice, Sybil. Be nice. If he melanated, let him go. If he melanated, let him go. Just bullshit. Do what you gotta do. Queen Jackson, you still thinking about that chakra waist bead lesson? Hey, we gonna get through this. We gonna get through this, man. We gonna learn how to work this spirit that we was inherently blessed with. We gonna learn how to work it. I don't care how many domes they put over our ass. I don't care how many religious caps they do. I don't care how many ceremonies they say we have to do before we can get to our spiritual nature. Nah, we gonna supersede this shit. We gonna supersede it. Hey, everybody. So oh, thank you guys for supporting True Spook. I am at 534 subscribers. Yahoo! Somebody will like me. So I got 500 people listening to my true stories of how I grew up and the shit that I seen. Thank you, guys. Y'all continue to share that. It's a little lighthearted than this. It's a little lighthearted than me, tarot, but y'all continue to share me and support me. Throw me on your TikTok. Just say check the nigga out and put me a link. I would gladly appreciate it. You know, just some. Marley, what's going on? Marley. We love Tyke. Hey, believe it or not, that's what everybody used to call me when I was younger. Hey, Tyke. I'm like, Tyke? Who the fuck is Tyke? Then it just grew on me. So some of my relatives still be like, hey, Tyke. I still don't know where the term Tyke come from. They Tyke. Love old Tyke. All right, so I'm new here, but going to be a regular. Thank you, Marley. Oh, you don't get to see True Spook, you just get to listen to it. It's just stories. Just go to YouTube, True Spook TV on YouTube. You'll see the red in the skull with the unk and stuff, and you'll know you're on the right channel. And trust me, I don't have an Instagram, social media, stuff like that. And I'm not gonna contact you on True Spook asking for a reading. I'm not contacting nobody via they DMs, anything, telling them spirit told me to read you. You want a reading, you book it through the website. Everything legit. I pay taxes on these readings. Government, Uncle Sam get his money. So this ain't no underhanded cash app type shit. Go to the website and book. So don't get scammed by these people with these fake pages they coming up with. Oh yeah, I'm famous. Lynette Hudson, don't be nervous. Everybody call I'm nervous. That thing be good. I do not do past life readings, man. I will in the future again, but I gotta get used to seeing a lot of people pass away. I'm not that savage in the spiritual world yet. I still want to save everybody. All right, so now today we're gonna talk about something that's gonna make a lot of mothers and fathers, I'm gonna say just a lot of family units, sad. Now I'm not even gonna front with you guys. I am afraid to even pray for this type of energy. I'm afraid to even bring it to the limelight. Because before I bring it to the limelight, I gotta share with you guys a lot of stuff that's going on around the world when it comes to this situation, to which we're gonna pray for these particular ancestors. So as you know, Department of Children and Families It's a very big organization. And allegedly, I have to learn how to talk. And allegedly, Lacey, don't. Y'all gotta excuse Lacey. She wanna come up here and start typing on the computer. Go, Lacey. Lacey have been pulled up an old website nobody's supposed to know I'm on. So we gotta leave that alone. Lacey's nuts. All right. So as you know, this is one of the strongest governmental entities out there. In Department of Children and Family, they help some, but some they hurt. But allegedly, you're hearing things in these conspiracy theories, and when you put one and two together, and you're gonna get 12 instead of 3. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna get 21 instead of 3 when you put one and two together. No matter which way you configure it. So I was talking to Black Witch, and she like, "Hey, you really should go ahead and do it." And I'm afraid to do this here because you're talking about an alleged money making situation. Then you go down the line of adrenochrome, you go down the line of all these other conspiracy things, you go on the line of removing kids from their families. You go down a whole laundry list of bullshit, to which allegedly a couple people that spoke out against these alphabet children care, I'll say child care, alphabet things, they spoke out against them, and now these people are hurt or deceased. One lady was found in the trunk of her car for being an activist of it. So we have to be serious. And I know on social media, freedom of speech, they allow us to say a lot of shit. They allow us to get away with a lot of our opinions. But when your opinions become truth and fact and you can see it, then it becomes knowledgeable. Then people begin to understand, putting the pieces together, and then it becomes factual. Now you can research, look it up, and find out your own shit. So before I get up here and bash this particular governmental entity, I prefer to just pray for the lost souls that has been impacted by these entities. I think I said that pretty motherfucking righteously. I don't know. I'm trying to be decent with this shit, but I go off the rails eventually. So, let me just get into it. So, I'm going to pray 2, 3. I'm going to pray for 3 entities affected by the governmental seizures of your offspring. Those who families have been broken up due to someone else's ideologies of what a family is supposed to be. Now, I told you I tried, but I'm uncuffed and I'm uncouth and I curse and I state my opinion because I don't give a fuck. And I'm trying to hold it down. But the ideology that someone knows how your family's supposed to be better than you. You're not abusing the child. You're not abusing any of the people with special needs. It's just that when they come in and they look and they see, they don't get it. They don't get it. They oh man, this is not how I would handle my home. So this needs to be wrong. Because there's no defining guideline to what these people go by. It's left up to the individual state of mind and understanding to write that paper a certain way. And a lot of homes have been broken up due to a bitch having a bad day. A lot of homes have been broken up due to a parent chastising a kid, making sure they ass in line. A lot of homes been broken up due to mothers can't afford certain items, nutritional items for the kid. Now, I'm not just spitting some random shit. Because I had them people call on me 9 times when I was raising my baby girl. Because I raised my baby girl by myself since she was 1.5. A father can't raise a daughter, they say. Has to be some nefarious shit going on, they say. Why your daughter come to school and she cries? Maybe the teacher fucking with her. Maybe she hurt herself. Maybe she just wants some candy or something from you. Well, it has to be something inside your home, Mr. Barron, that's making this baby sad and unsafe. So we need to come and investigate your entire life. Talk to 30,000 of your people. Friends, family, neighbors. You don't know if I hate that neighbor. You don't know if me and him just got into it. And they base an opinion off of that, and then they'll take your child. But I think my daughter was like 6 or 7. And I'm transparent as fuck, y'all. My daughter was like 6 or 7. They came, knocked on the door. Hey, Mr. Barron, we want to see your baby. They say, who, baby? I say, who you? Oh, we work for X, Y, and Z state authority. I say, show me a warrant. Show me where you got the right to come in and ask. And this is before they got belligerent like you see on TikTok and shit today. This is when they were nice, when they'll send a little old black lady followed by 2 white police officers, and she got a clipboard. And then there's a SWAT car up the road waiting to take the baby if they deem it necessary. So I say, well, no. I say, no, I'm not going to bring my baby to you. And I say, if you come in the house, only one could come in the house. I say, I ain't got no weapon. Trust me, ain't nothing in here that could harm you. But these 2 law enforcement officers, they can't come in here because they're not part of your job. They're here to assist you if anything takes off. I say, but I can promise you. But no, I ain't bringing my daughter to the door. No, I ain't doing this. Why you so defensive, Baron? Why you so defensive? I say, because you guys ain't told me who called them and you guys ain't said nothing. And they say, well, they said a teacher showed concern at a school when she found out you was a single father. And I say what? Found out I was a single father, raising a daughter in a house with 4 other boys. So that means we had to be abusing my daughter, and they had to be abusing their sister. The fuck you talking about, lady? I say, you come in, knowing my rights. All law enforcement stayed out the door. I say, I'm going to close the door because y'all don't got to be in here. It's not locked. None of that. She came in, she checked the baby. She took the baby in the room. She spoke to her about 30 minutes by herself. Everything's okay, Mr. Barron. We'll be closing out your case. The following month, same thing, different one. The following month, same thing, different one. 9 months straight for close to a year, someone had them investigate me. Now, if my shit wasn't above board, they would have found anything wrong. They would have yanked all my children. And keep in mind, they mamas wasn't around. They only had me. So with their mama not around, they got to go over here to DCL. They got to go over here to some kind of child camp or whatever. They don't charge these parents 90% of the time. They just yank the kids and say, hey, go take classes to get your kids back. Make the classes virtually impossible. Then you gotta, it's that type of shit. Now that I'm just being transparent. This shit happened to me as a single father for 21 years, raising my children for 9 times, people. And I'm the best father on the planet. I don't even beat my kids, even though I believe in beating asses. I don't beat them that much. I done whooped their ass a couple times. I ain't even gonna front, but sometimes they did some crazy. They broke a TV one time. I got off in that ass because they shouldn't have been throwing that little red ball around my house. So, they know better. Them the rules. Don't throw shit around my house. But yeah, and it wasn't so bad that it was a scar there. Just put their ass in check. So I shared that with you guys to tell you why we need to pray for these lost souls. Now, I'm finna be real with you tonight. When somebody come and take a kid from a parent, whether it's in a double household or single household, whether the woman raising by herself, whether the man raising by herself, whether it's a married couple. But when they come in and they remove your child, and you can't do nothing because you don't want to go to the jail, you don't want to get yourself hurt up, you don't want to do nothing, and then you thinking about the recovery issue of getting your child back. So you got to take it and go along with the get along. That makes us parents feel shitty. Now, I told you we're going to be praying for three types of ancestors. Notice the ancestors mean the majority of these people no longer here who we're praying for, meaning they existed and they're no longer here. Now, when a baby gets removed, that does something to the psyche of the parent. One, that tells the parent that no matter what you do, this will never be your property. This is not your kid. And it sends the dad, the mother, whoever, down a rabbit hole stating what rights they have, what the fuck do they need to be hustling for, do I even need to give a fuck about the kid? Because now it's my life versus this kid who is gonna get everything handed to him. So we thinking, do I fight for this kid when the system, the state, whatever can do this kid better than I could and treat him better? But then you see the reality of it, these kids suffer. And then they grow up in the system. Because there's not enough people out there to adopt them, not enough good homes. So then these parents begin to take their own lives. These parents begin to spiral out of control on drug and drink. These parents begin to become belligerent, angry at the life, not want to do nothing, giving up on working, giving up on everything because their creation, their offspring is lost. Think about a God losing his earth. What the fuck he gonna do? He can't go create another one because the same people can go and take that. So what are you going to do? Sit around and just wander aimlessly? I'm teaching you something here. Everything is a spiritual message. Now, the prayer, half of this prayer is going to be for those ancestors who gave up on life, knowing that their responsibility, their purpose, their mission was taken away from them. Gone. Due to no fault of their own at this time, because we ain't talking about the bad ones, because there's some shit parents out there. I have seen them. That's what I do. Outside of this, that's what I do. I counsel at-risk youth. And I done went in the household and I seen the parents slap the kid across the head. And then you report that shit and know what they say. Oh, that person just need counseling. But the kid got a clothes, food, room, all that stuff, and they get a scar on their hand. That's abuse from whatever. You wasn't watching your kids when you slipped and fell on a rainy doorstep. That happened to everybody. That's abuse. But the person that's actually abusing the kid, let's get them mental help and leave the kid in that abusive situation. You see how the shit is. But for the good ones, the parents who get their children taken unjustly or because some bitch just had a bad day, that's who we're praying for. These are the people who gave up. Now, let's turn to a more grimmer side of this prayer. Let's think about the children that had to go through this system, unloved, untouched, unhugged, undisciplined. And they grew up not knowing the touch of a mother's in these systems. They grew up without their own culture. They grew up not knowing how to comb black hair versus white hair. They grew up not knowing their history, not knowing the delicate cuisines and seasonings of food that they need to eat that helps their pineal gland and their spirit man grow. You know, different diet, different regions. And these kids expired due to being abused. And these kids expired due to giving up. And these kids expired due to going through 13 years and jumping from home to home, carts and shit, till they end up in prison and hurt and stuff. Because institution is the only thing they know. That's Lacey, y'all, trying to get at a bird. She gone now. And these kids took the easy way out. I mean, let's be G about this. This is a topic I'm being very careful how I speak on. Because these are thugs, baby. And they don't fuck off. And you got to think about the harm that was done to the point where these kids checked out. Just like the parents checked out. To the point these kids got into all gangs and drug dealings and criminal activity, which caused them to get hurt, shot up, whatever. Little girls and boys getting caught up in the trafficking ring and everything because they looking for some attention. Because they got these motherfucking spotter niggas out here now that'll sit up there and wine and dine a little girl or wine and dine a little boy. Or if the kid has a certain sexual persuasion, they'll bring that kid in there, wine and dine him, take him out to dinner, treat him real good, even go as far to be in a relationship with the person for at least a 2, 3, 4 months. Lure them, gain their trust, and then yank them up and send them to another country or send them to some back houses where because nobody else gonna look for them, nobody else care for them. People have been unalived by that type of shit. People have slit their wrist for that type of shit. But ain't nobody praying for that. These people become our ancestors. No, we don't have to wait 100 years to sit up there and pray for their soul. We don't have to wait till they become venerated, because who's going to remember them after 100 years? I surely fucking won't, because I won't be here. I'm not going to live past 100. I don't want to live past 100. That foster care is not a good system to be in. I counsel these kids. I know. I'm going to give you a story too. I'm transparent as fuck with you guys. I don't care what you use against me. Because if I put it out there, remember I told you I confess all my damn sins. Because when I go down on my knees and pray to God myself, and can't no demon, no spirit, no person sit up there and say, well, you said this and you put it out there. He. Yeah, I did enjoy it. Get your laugh off. Shit, enjoy that moment. That's you all day long. Enjoy it. I'm good. Y'all laughing at my demons that I conquered. Y'all ain't conquered y'all because y'all too. That's how I look at the whole transparent thing. But here's another one. So I went to this group home. I think it was over there by the Turkey Lake region. They got a little group home in them houses over there. And these parents make a lot of money with these group homes. They'll get about 12 kids, 4 to a room. They're getting about $800-900 from the state per kid. Straight business. Then they're getting food stamps and medical assistance, to which they barely take the kid to the dentist or the medical. It's lucrative, good people. So I was doing a teaching ceremony there where I'm teaching people about their emotions, how to handle their emotions, and things of that nature. I decided to take my 2 oldest boys with me. Not for them to look down on the children, but for them to see what they daddy do and to help pass out papers, food and drink and all that stuff. My son, Jay Shannon, keep in mind I raised my kids by myself 19 years, 21 years, because I'm still raising them. My son, he's in the military right now. There was a kid out there whose energy matched my son. They're the same age, 15, 16 years old at the time. And my son had the nice nerve to stand back and say, Dad, that guy reminds me of myself. And I looked at the boy. I said, you right. I say, he don't look like you, but I say, y'all got the same, vibration coming from yourself. And he was like, you see how he just hard-headed and disrespectful? And he said, he not really that way, Dad. He has something wrong with him. He's suffering from hearing voices. This is what my son said. So I say, go tell the boy to come in right quick. Because my son singled him out. I said, hey, young man, come here. Walk with me a little bit. So I walked him to the kitchen. All common areas. And I walked him to the kitchen. I'd say, hey, man, you all right? I say, so what the voice is telling you? He looked at me like, you hear him too? I say, I don't hear him. I say, I just hear you. I say, so I don't give a fuck about hearing them. I need to hear you. I say, what they telling you? Oh, they telling me when I get out of here, I need to be a millionaire and I need to get my shit at all costs. I say, that's not them voices talking to you, son. I say, that's your pain point. That's the threshold of where you're at. That's how you want to achieve glory. I say, now tell me exactly what them voices saying to you. Then he broke down, started crying. Everybody, it was on camera, it was filmed, I think by a news station at the time. And he said, what they telling me ain't shit, ain't nothing. That I allowed myself to be taken, that I could have lied for my parents so I could have stayed with them. That I was wrong for coming here. I mean, do you understand, people? Now, I don't think that little boy took his life. I don't think that little boy living, but I never got to see that little boy again. My son grew up knowing that there was kids out there like him that if they didn't have a good father, a good represented parent in their lives, that they could have turned out like this. Now, this is my kid at the age of 15 who suffered from schizophrenia. I broke that shit through prayer, meditation, and keeping my kid busy. Because all mental illness is a spiritual affliction. Remember that. If DCF would have focused on that particular entity, on that particular child when they were knocking on that door trying to find fault in a single father doing what he was doing, you might have had something. When it got tested at the age of 19, boy completely healed, don't know what he is, muscle tone, got philosophy, Nietzsche, reading Nietzsche, philosophy and everything else. Understand calculus, but don't understand geometry, don't know how that shit worked. He could solve a calculus problem on the board, but suffer with X, Y, Z equals 2. I'm with him. If they would have took my son and put him in one of those homes, he would have turned out to be that boy. Knowing my kid with the voices that he was hearing at the time when I got custody of him, he probably could have unalived himself. So we pray for these kids, for the ones that's going through this mess. I told you this shit is bigger than me and you on a spiritual level. We can call ourselves spiritualists, and I'm finna step on toes, by the way. And if you get mad and your foot hurt, pick that bitch up and walk on out the room. This is real nigga shit, man. This is real parenting. This is real issues we face. It ain't just in the black community. It's in all communities. To sit up and give up on something you created. Lacey, leave that bird alone. To sit up here and give up on something you create because you have no power to change it. You have no power to do nothing. You feel inferior. You feel unlike a parent. And then to get that situation back, and then now you're afraid to parent. Now you're afraid to chastise. You're afraid to give laws, structures, and rules. And that's why some of us parents, we try to be our kid friend to make sure we keep them together. This is a defense mechanism. Sometimes we don't want to parent because it's a defense mechanism, because if we beat your ass or put you in check, I'm calling Child Protective Services. I said that shit one time, and my people didn't raise me good. I said that shit one time. They say I'm gonna beat your ass when they come, and I'm gonna beat your ass when they leave. And I said, and they take you, and then they got to give you back to me, because they ain't gonna want you there too long. I'm gonna beat your ass when you come back. So by all means, but before you call, I'm finna beat your ass to give you something to call them for. I never called. I never called. Grew up working in that system. I see how it is. I'm gonna lock the door next time, keep Lacey out of here. But we gotta be serious about this, people, because something just scared Lacey. I guess the spirits say stop fucking off, Lacey. She just ran 3 places and hid under the oh yeah. So we have to do better, people, and we have to start praying for these lost souls that have been whose lives have been corrupted and this and just fucked up by these people who deem they know better than us to raise our kids. Now that's the second ancestor energy we're gonna pray for. The parents who lost their lives, feeling down and out, who gave up, and now the children themselves who are going through this shit, who ended up making the ultimate sacrifice or putting themselves in harm's way that allowed themselves to be done up and dead. Now we're gonna pray for a third one. A lot of people may not understand this one here, but I want you guys to listen to me, and I want you guys to listen correctly. Now we're going to pray for the third ancestor, because some of us in our family have these people. Not all, some, not most, some. We're going to have to pray for the lives and the souls of those people who made the conscious decision to remove that kid, not knowing what they was doing until the last minute, till they saw the entire picture of how this system worked. A lot of them people that took their own little lives. Hello, hello, hello. Oh yeah, let's look at the dark side of us. I know we hate what the system does, but you got to understand, human beings are being employed to take out this agenda, this initiative. By that being said, as soon as they get a conscious mind about the situation, the soul, we have to pray for them, the ones who try to make it right. And I'm not gonna say any names, and I mean y'all do your own research. But go harken back to that woman who they found in the trunk of a car. I think Mississippi, Louisiana area. That came across my news feed. Who tried to change the system in that area, and they put it in the trunk of a car. She was part of the bullshit in the beginning. Don't get it twisted. She understood, but she had a conscience as a change of heart, and she tried to speak out against the shit, and end up done up. We pray for her too. We pray for all of them that was employed, because this is what they go into and this is how they make their money. And although they may think they're doing the right thing at the time, but when they find out the truth, they truly learn that, okay, I need to try to solve this matter. And when you can't do nothing because that's a system you can't beat, you end up unaliving yourself. You end up giving up on life. You end up not wanting to do anything. I mean, come on, let's be G. It's a dark point. It's something we got to look into ourselves. We got to do this. Those people in our family who knew what was going on in that area and decided to say, hey, I can't do this. I can't do this no more. I ain't going to work. I ain't taking no kids out. And then they even started off trying to help me, like, listen, before I take this kid, you need to get your shit together. I'm going to come back out here, and then you need to have this house cleaned up. This kid need to be done put on 20 pounds, and you need to do the right thing. Who done tried to help him to the point they done put themselves in a situation to the point they just couldn't do it. And I know a lot of people that done ate their own guns. I know a lot of people that done gave up. I know a lot of people that sit around who work for them people and sit around and rock on the porch. I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have took little Billy from Molly. I shouldn't have did that. If I knew what I knew now, I would have just gave him some services and came over every Sunday to make sure she had some education, to make sure that father had proper daycare, somebody watching them kids, so he could go out there and provide. I shouldn't have took him. I hear talking all the time when I go around there to the hood to see my friends and family. These are personal people I know. That lady went to her grave with that regret. She's somebody's ancestor. I'm gonna pray for her. Now, I rarely put conspiracy theories in these ancestor prayers, but I'm finna hit you with one. Tell me why there are baby formula shortages, people. Listen to me good. All over the news, there are baby formula shortages. What's the main reason? DFAC, DCF, or any other organization come and knock on your door when the kids start showing signs of malnutrition. And now you have these people with these newborn babies being born, and there's no baby formula to feed them. Some of them don't produce milk in the tit. Dang. Is this another agenda? Because when they go to take your baby to the doctor, this baby is malnutrition. What you doing? You got to be doing something. But the baby can't eat solid food. And we don't have no cows in the backyard to get a baby cow milk unpasteurized. We can't blend up collard greens and cornbread like they used to do me and give it to them at the age of 1 month, 2 months. You got to wait till the baby at least a year for that. 2 years at least. So now your baby is born malnutrition. Give the baby to us. No, we gonna take the baby because you ain't doing all you can. And you know all these parents who trying to have babies, they're gonna start doing real dumb shit to themselves or giving up life, unaliving themselves. And there ain't gonna be a single goddamn person to pray for them. I'm telling you some real shit, people. So when the idea came to me, the conversation I should say came to me to do this prayer this morning, I'm doing this with a heavy heart. And I am doing this because I am terrified. Oh, Melanated Goddess, check this out. You say you seen recipes on how to make this here, right? On the news this morning, the doctor said it is illegal to make your own baby formula. Where the fuck you think that at? It's illegal to make your own baby formula? They said it on the news this morning. I wouldn't recommend making your own baby formula because it is illegal, because it is not approved by the Drug and Life Administrative Services Food and Beverage. So you can go to jail for that, because that is neglect. They said it on the news. They ran down the laws. People are shipping baby formula or getting people breastfed milk. The mamas that making milk for the baby, they're buying other people's milk. You don't know what issues that person got, what sickness that person have, what disease that baby dealing with, but you got to feed your baby. So you could give somebody milk who's affected with a cancer to your baby, and you can pump that particular person's energy and sickness into your baby's digestive system, which absorbs into the intestines, go into the blood, and now your baby's born with that there. Because they're purchasing human milk from those who can produce it. It's a lucrative business too, trust me. The lady was on the line. Well, I sell my breast milk right here. I put it in the freezer, and it's a whole thing. Buy your breast milk mask. I can freeze it and it can ship through UPS on the plane within 24 hours. But they pay for it. $2,000 for 10 bottles. They said it on the goddamn news. But back to this. If somebody come and take your newborn baby that you just gave birth, that you trying to raise, that you almost died in childbirth trying to do, they take it, you are going to be depressed. All because you couldn't provide nutrition. It ain't got to do nothing with a home. How do all this play out together? We need to pray for these ancestors of these kids that's departed, because some babies don't even take milk. Do you know some babies have allergic reaction to some forms of protein inside milk, and they have to take a synthetic version of it due to all the synthetic food and shit we've been eating all our lives? Real food don't even register. I know a group of family, they're a Mexican group of family, they can't even eat meat. The one kid out of 5 kids can eat meat. The rest don't have a meat eating allergy. What the fuck they gonna do in life? It ain't enough processed vegetables, and ain't nobody growing no farms in the back of their house. So if they can't get it from the store, they dead. So people, we need to pray for the souls. I'm not praying for the people that's sitting on the planet. They still got time to fix this shit. We need to pray for the souls of those who departed us due to those homes being raided. We got to pray for the souls of the people who's been affected by being separated from their offspring or from their parents. We got to pray for the people who have been lied to unjustly. We got to pray for those who had to give up the only salvation, the thing that defined them as a man or defined them as a woman. Hello, I'm talking now. We're gonna do it right. A lot of y'all probably won't get this message, but the ones that do understand, having a child defines you as a parent. It completes you. And for those who don't have babies, they'll sit up there and say, I don't want no kids. Until you do. Because that be that thing, that biological clock, that ticking to say you want something to say, this is what I created. You can create a business, you can create a car, you can fucking design a phone. But to know that you created an offspring and you raising it to be a certain way, you're imbuing it with your ideologies, your principles, your desires, and seeing that it grows up. Because keep in mind, we're all God. We're a God of our amongst ourselves. Our ancestors fuel everything about us. And if you get your creation taken away from you, then what the fuck are you? Who are you? Let me hit you with this one. Why are you? Depression. To the point people saying, I don't want no kids. I ain't just gonna have none because I don't want to go through the bullshit. Not because they don't want to take care of the kid. Not because they don't need somebody to love and somebody to return unconditional love back to them. They don't want to deal with the bullshit of knowing that kid can be taken. They don't want to deal with the bullshit knowing that if that thing that they love gets stripped away from them, that they will have to face a harsh punishment, a harsh pain, a reality. I was afraid a whole year straight. I caught my kid eating candy 12 o'clock at night when they weren't supposed to. I was afraid to punish my kid because I didn't know when they were going to knock on my door the next day. But I had to get past that shit. I had to get past it. Because ain't nothing going to stop me from raising my child. Ain't nothing going to stop me from imbuing my child, my creation, my demagogue with the structures of life. And if you know you shouldn't eat candy 12 o'clock at night, I'm going to spank your ass or punish you in some form of fashion so that you'll know you're going to have your teeth and you're going to have your health at least until you get 18. Then you do whatever you want to do concerning your person. But under my roof, we still going to have some rules and regulations of your diet and your consumption. Speaking from experience, I was afraid to discipline my child because that was a serious thing. It take one person to say that kid don't belong, that something's wrong in that household. They'll bring something against you. And if I would have lost my kids because that defined me, I was a gangbanger prior to being a father, a single father. Prior to me getting my two boys at the ages 5 and 6, I was banging, baby. I had nobody to give a fuck about but myself. Money, clothes, and hoes, popping bottles and shit, Club Diamond. I was living, baby. Didn't have to clean up my own shit because I had 4 or 5 women that I was in rotation that'll keep my shit clean, keep the refrigerator full, keep the pot of food on the stove. Got my kids that change. I can be somebody. I can do better. I can be better. This defines a human being, telling you what it is you need to be and do. Then somebody could come and take that. How do I go back to being a hot boy at 45, 50 years old? How the fuck I go back and do that? Naturally, I'm a dad now. I'm going to look for a woman that got kids so I can imbue, because this is my charge right now, to assist. Or I'm going to give up altogether and put holes in rotation again. I'm telling you the truth. I ain't telling nobody nothing that they can't motherfucking figure out for themselves. I'm transparent and I'm telling you guys the truth of how men think. I don't know how women think, so I can't tell you how women feel if their babies were taken from them and unalived Only thing I know, we suffer from depression, and we'll put holes in rotation. We'll do whatever it takes to null our pain, drinking, drugging. We're the same, so I'm pretty sure both of us, but then it's something that we'll do. You know, some women to swear off men, some women to swear off babies, some women to swear off everything. Some women focus on their career, some women just focus on not giving a fuck. Then we die down. Then we catch a disease. Because we out here fucking and doing everything. Multiple people not thinking. Then we sit out there and we take risk. It's a cycle. We take risks in trafficking drugs and doing all kind of shit. Drinking heavy, smoking heavy. Even to the point driving without your seatbelt on. Knowing you can crash and break your goddamn neck. Putting yourselves in harm's way because what you got to live for. This is how our ancestors thought, who probably made the ultimate sacrifice, did the ultimate thing and took themselves out. This is what these kids were thinking, who had no other way to see no light source. So they did the only thing and they put themselves in a situation. To me, that is spiritual suicide. Oh, dual goddess say you can go have more babies with the wrong people just to have something to love and hold and all that shit there. Oh, thank you. Y'all hit that like button if y'all feeling this content. Thumbs this bitch down if you ain't feeling it. I don't give a fuck. Give me a reaction. This is real. But today we need to pray for those. We need to pray for those three people. The one that saw the error of their ways and tried to fix it and gave up on fixing it and suffered into a depression to the point where they just gave up on life. We need to pray for the children who've been through this shit, who going through this shit, and who took their lives or who have put themselves in situations that allowed themselves to be unalive. To the parents who have lost and saw no way out and converted to drugs and drank and doing all kind of harmful shit that then cause themselves to get unalive because they're angry. People, I can't express to you enough. I told you, I would rather have a whole ancestor than a piece of a God any day. My ancestor took that walk. They talked that talk. They suffered with me. They went through this emotional spectrum like me. They had to overcome shit like I'm overcoming. I can't tell you if God overcame something. I don't know him, her, or it, or they. But I know me. I know what I like. I know what I done did. I know my deepest, darkest secrets, and I know my true heart's desires. And if all my ancestors lived inside of me, now they know my true heart's desire. They know my fears. They know my secrets. And I need them to help me get past all this shit. I don't need mythical magic man. I need them. This is a cultural thing now. And not just a black culture. This is Caucasian culture, Asian culture, whatever race exists on the planet, Draconian culture. This is cultural now. People, I'm putting you down on some real shit. This is what we praying for today. And if you ain't got no children, and you can't understand this, I understand. I am not holding this against you. But don't throw no shade on those who have lost. If you ain't never had DFAT come to your shit and put your life upside down and have an armed law enforcement ready to blow your head off just to touch the baby, see the baby, just to come up with a conclusion, to take your offspring that you created, that you suffered for, you had to put up with the shit on your job. You have to put up with the shit with your mate. You have to put up with the shit from this and that and the worry and the stress, whether they coming home at night, whether you can feed them, all that shit there. If you ain't have to go through that, I get it. Don't pray. Enjoy this. But don't sit up there and tread on those who do. For the parents out there that do fuck shit to your child, you guys need to have your ass whipped. You guys need to have your ass whipped. And the relative need to get that baby. And keep the baby with a relative now. Need to get that baby and raise that baby. Keep that baby in the culture. Keep that baby with some familiar faces. Keep that baby with some familiar faces. Because we need to truly understand that nobody can raise our children but us. Any culture. White, nobody can raise your children but you. Hispanic, nobody can raise your children but you. Blacks, nobody can raise us but us. You see, and on and on and on. If you're not ready to have a baby, get a baby up for adoption. Young. People like little small things. But give it up to a relative so as you grow and you grow into your mindset of parenting, you give it to a relative, a grandmama, uncle, somebody well off in the family who you know gonna take care of that baby, which you could have visiting time to which you could come and greet that baby, see that baby, play with that baby, take care of that baby, learn to love that baby. And then you get to the sense where I want to be a parent. Now I want to show love. I want to do this. I wasn't ready when I was out there hooking and horning, fucking and doing all the dumb shit. And I'm addressing the women with this one. Because men, we have no rights at this point. Give it to a relative so where you can stay in that baby's life. Then once that bullshit in your system is out, you go and love your kid and you let your kid know I'm mama. Auntie and uncle raising you, grandma and grandpa raising you, but I'm mama. I'm daddy. I'm here. I can't show you the affection because my mind ain't wired like that right now, but I'm here. Contact me, see me, utilize me for whatever capacity you can, kid. Then you grow up, the kid don't have no resentment. The kid ain't going through no emotional trauma, and the kid got the love of multiple people around him. I'm telling you how to fix the damn system. We won't have these babies unaliving themselves, putting themselves in harm's way if it was done like that. But you ship a baby from Orlando all the way off to motherfucking Texas to live with a cultural family that they don't know shit about. They have to learn a different language. They have to learn a different way of being. What that do to the psyche of that child? No matter how much that parent love that child, it's still gonna come that moment where they're gonna have to talk and think and adjust the conversation in the household, the hygiene. What do I know? I'm just a man. I don't know shit. I'm just a man. Let's pray for these kids. Let's pray for these people. And let's pray for these parents who are going through it. Who are going through it. It puts a bitter taste in my fucking mouth when I talk to these parents after counseling their kids, telling them what their kids won't think and believe, and the parents say, well, if I had them back in the household, I would do that, but I don't got access to them. The kid want access to the parent want access to the kid, but there's a barrier saying, no, y'all niggas ain't doing it the way I want y'all to do it, so no access. Let's ship it to somebody who done been vetted and he can, and now you just created all of disharmony. And color is not important in this situation. This is a systematic thing. A lot of people have put themselves in harm's way, unalived themselves, killed themselves. I just fucking said, killed themselves, been put in situations where they done been taken advantage of by men and women on a sexual level. They've been trafficked. They done been put in some situations because of this particular entity right here. Because nobody's looking at the real truth. But it can be fixed. And I'm going to say one thing before I get into this prayer. Family and friends of the people who they come and remove these kids. If you know anything, you do your best to talk to them and you be put on their list to keep in contact with these children and keep in contact so you can be the messenger from the parent to the kid in a positive way. So you can get that parent updates on how that kid is doing and vice versa. Because when I had my nieces and nephews with me for a little bit of time, when my sister wasn't getting her shit together. I love you. Say, yo, your mama love you, boy. She just said it. I know she can't see you right now, but she love you. She laughing at you right now. She laughing at your hair. What you got your hair do? She seen my hair do? I showed her pictures. I drove past the house. You can wave. I can't let you see because I don't want to break the law. But they got to come to the car. Hey, how you doing? Hug, kiss through the car and shit until you see. Then she got them back. Things okay now. Kids know my mama love me. They didn't abandon me. I'm not alone. I got somebody that care for me. Grew up to be good people. Sister, one of the best mamas I know, spoiled the shit out of her kid to the point where I want to beat his ass sometimes because he's so damn spoiled. Let me go ahead and pray for this thing, everybody. Y'all, keep in mind, none of these prayers are organic. They come from my heart, they come from my soul, they come from my mind. And I am not going to sit up here and sugarcoat anything, but I will be a little tactful with my words because I don't need the smoke, and I don't need everybody forming a revolution against this entity. This is us doing better within our own homes. Black, white, Asian, don't matter. It's us doing right to where they can't come in there and fuck with your children. They can't come in there and put you in a position to choose between your mental stress and the well-being of your kids on the grounds of somebody else's thought process of how they motherfucking feel the kid's supposed to act, sound, be, and look. And just one thing, what about religious people? Let's put that in there. I love, this is a religious channel, by the way, not a conspiracy channel. What about the people who believe in fasting and who believe in letting the kid fast for 2 weeks on a water and fruit diet or just on small amounts of food to get them close to their spiritual thing? They supersede that shit. We can't allow you to do that because the kid is not getting nutrition. And keep in mind, this is the name of the game right now, nutrition. And if we can't practice our own spiritual rights nutrition wise because somebody say we can't do it, are our children really our children? Or are they just on loan to us till a bitch feel like using them for something else? Think about that. Oh, Heavenly Father, source, whichever you like to be called, I thank you for allowing your divine energy to surge through us. Grant me an audience with my barons so that I may be able to talk to my ancestors and they may be able to understand me and everybody in earshot. Thank you, Baron, my friend, my God, my man. I want to thank you for all you do for me, how you strengthen me, how you encourage me, and the message and the sweet tones that you talk to me, how you warn me in my dreams, and how you reach out to people within our spiritual community, and how you give them access, unfettered access to the spiritual world, and how you just make sure everything is okay. I want to thank you for that. I want to ask that you form a barrier right now between the ancestors, myself, and everybody in their voice, and a barrier between their ancestors and them. Allow these ancestors to take a portion of our energy short of, without doing us any harm. Just a little bit. Allow them to hear us and allow us to feel and hear them. Thank you so much. To the ancestors out there who have been affected by someone removing your children from the home. For those ancestors who have been removed from your home, from a good home, I should say. And for the ancestors of those who did this unknowingly and came to a conclusion and wanted to repent for doing this, I just want to say we love you, we praise you, and we thank you. And we hope that you find peace and serenity in your time of need and in your time of sorrow. We know that you was taken away from that which you only knew. We know that they was taken away and stripped from you, your creation, your design, your purpose, to the point where you had nothing left to give and you didn't know what to do. So you turned to drugs, you turned to drinking, you turned to putting yourself in situations that allowed you to be unalived in one form, fashion, or another, that allowed you to be assaulted sexually, allowed you to be just put in situations where you just had no survival and you had to choose between you or your job or you or your livelihood. Want to say we understand that this was not your fault. This is a systematic thing that put you in this situation. And I want to pray for your soul that you find peace. I want to pray that you come back and you assist us with these situations. And if you know that we are good parents and you know something is trying to take us down, that you step in and you correct the situation spiritually. You put all of that anger, that mistrust, that pain, that sorrow that put you in this mind, and you fight vigorously for us in our trials and tribulation when it come down to this. And if you see somebody in your bloodline who are pieces of shit and who are abusing these kids, you step in and you autocorrect whatever fuck shit going on in their brain. I don't give a damn if you vegetate their ass. Stop them from hurting our children. Stop any and everybody from hurting our children. One way or the other. Ancestors, this is time for you to start acting. You done took up space in our minds and our hearts and our bodies for too damn long. You've been hidden too long. We calling you out. We need your energy. We need your understanding. We need your discernment. We need your praise. We need your glory. We need your expertise to help us get through the trials and tribulations and the challenges in life that we are facing. We are being consumed by emotion. We are being consumed by principalities that don't see us as human anymore. We need you to come through and shine the light on us. This is not a cultural thing. We need all the ancestors that exist throughout time as a collective unit come and eradicate this nonsense. Give our offspring that's no longer here due to this situation peace of mind, rest from the strife and chaos. The ones that's laid in a ditch, covered up somewhere in an abandoned building that nobody has yet to find them because they had to go a wayward way to get what they needed to get attention. The ones that's been moved overseas to different states for nefarious practices. Strengthen them, give them hope that they'll get out of this and unloosen the chains, unlock the doors, that they can be free. Allow one of their captives to touch the hearts of one of their captives so that they may find glory and faith and release these babies. And for the social workers who done this right here, forgive them, ancestors. They knew not what they did. And the ones that wanted to repent, the ones that don't know what's going on truly, and they had a change of heart, forgive them, that ease their mind because they realized now and they wanted to change. I see it, I hear it firsthand. If they would have known better, they would have done better. But they didn't know until later. Now they regret it. Heal them. And to the parents that's suffering so much from not having, to the good parents suffering that don't have their babies beside them anymore due to they being stripped away from them, strengthen that parent to do all what it needs to do. Go in there, talk to the judge, correct everything that's wrong, fix their mind, fix their heart, fix their living situation, fix their finance situation, fix everything. Remove addictions from them, remove anything that's hindering them from being great parents so that they can love their child, so that they can love life again, so they can have a purpose. Touch the hearts of these women out here to understand that they're stronger as a unit. No matter how family is supposed to family. I'm not the one to say how a family is supposed to family. But let them know that it's stronger as a union, better than being separate apart. A lot of mindset of unity to come about. Ancestors, do your job, damn it. Do what the fuck you're here for. You don't get to take up real estate nowhere inside my mind, inside my heart if you're not assisting me. You don't get to take up real estate inside no one's heart and mind if you're not assisting them with their problems, with their issues and concerns. That makes you part of the problem, and you need to be bind to the pits of the goddamn ocean to where you can't see light no more. If you ain't doing your job, that's where your ass need to go, and I bind you there. And for the ones that want to help, y'all rise to the surface and y'all do what y'all got to do. This I command thee. So mote it be, so mote it be, so mote it be. We got to start doing this, people. Sometime as parents, We don't know what we're doing. We don't know how to do it. We got to call on our ancestors because our grandmamas now are 20 years old. Grandmamas are 35, 40 years old. The fuck they know about being a grandmama? You're just starting to go to Walmart to get your damn bath, get your damn nightgown. You just 2 weeks ago were wearing Victoria's Secret. Now you're just trying to go get a big t-shirt to walk around, have your titties and ass swinging. Granddaddies. Yeah, the men ain't granddaddies no more. The men are still hip hop singers and artists and dancers and shit, rappers. Fuck we know. Ancestors, come back and do your job. That's all I'm saying. Come back and do your job. Give us an old soul to where we know how to make home remedies. Give us an old soul where we don't have to depend on Similac formula. We can make our own shit. Increase the milk consumption in the breasts of women who can't produce so they can feed their babies. Heal our bodies so that we may be good parents. Heal our minds so that we may be the future. You're not gonna get this from a God, people. You're not gonna get this from praying to Jesus, Allah, Buddha, none of that shit. You're gonna get this from your ancestors. You're gonna get this information passed down cognitively from that which came before you. What do I know? What do I know? I'm a man. I'm a man that raised 6 good children for the past 21 years alone. And they are all doing well. Do you think I did that by myself? I had help from various females, and I damn sure had help from my grandmama. I had help from my auntie. I had help from my sister. I had help from my ancestors. Knowing what to do when a child got cut. Knowing what to do when a bee stung them. Knowing what to do with all that stuff. Knowing when not to spook out. Knowing what to say, when to chastise, when not to chastise. Knowing when to sit my kid down and talk to them. You think that came from my understanding? I was a hot boy, people. Club hopper. Spirit put something in my soul and allowed me to have understanding to talk to my kid. Allowed me to have understanding when to chastise my children. Allowed me to have understanding how to communicate properly. We need our ancestors. You're having a problem with your children, you call upon the ancestors. You don't call the police. You don't call upon Jesus. You don't call upon none of that. You call upon your ancestors to imbue you with the ancestor strength of family that you may be able to take over and do what you got to do. Everything is locked inside of us, people. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what this comment just said, but I looked down. No panties, no bra. Oh, y'all talking about that nightgown, how grandma used to walk around the house. Just that thin ass little shirt. We can see through it as kids. We can see that shit. We can see your black breast, grandma. Put something on, but we didn't care. We can see through that little thin bitch, and she probably had it for 30 years to the point of washing so much it's just a thin little shit. If you do like this to it, it's like paper towel. Just her granddaddy was on her ass with it, so. Oh my God, my grandma, I'm sorry for talking to you about your grandma. I'm sorry. Don't come back messing with me later. Ah, y'all know what I'm talking about. That they had that nightgown. That bitch was so thin, boy. My God. My God. Knowing you got little boys running around a bit. The first time we saw a boob, I goddamn grandma bread walking around in that thin ass nightgown and didn't give a fuck. Oh my God. I remember I used to have to comb my grandma's wig, y'all. She'll give me a brush. I don't know how old you is, but she give me a brush and some form of powder, and I used to have to powder the wig. I used to have to brush the bitch. 100 strokes this side, 100 strokes that side. Tapping that powder on that bitch. Set it on that little styrofoam doll head on the dresser. Throw that bitch on. But that bitch to work the next day. I was in charge of brushing and combing that fucking wig with that powder. That's the boy. That's some rough shit, boy. You nigga ain't never brushed no hair, boy. Y'all don't. That'll build some guns on you, boy. You think she would go into the hair store every week? No, boy. She would make them grandkids come brush that motherfucking wig. Put some powder on that bitch. I don't know what kind of powder it was, but it smelled pretty good. I remember the powder, the smell. Put that powder on that bitch and brush that bitch on through. Shake that bitch off. And we used to sit up there and we used to go out there after when grandma wasn't looking. We'd have the wig on our hand and we'd be like making little mouth talk. Boy, go make my coffee. Boy, I hope you know got your hot dogs in there. And we used to do that type of shit with the wig on our hand, be like, didn't I tell you to get your ass to sleep, bitch? My grandma cursed a lot, y'all. So we used to have fun and shit, man. So, but yeah, that was my job. I just like to end things with a smile on your face, people. Johnson & Johnson be some kind of powder, man. Hey, Caribbean people will understand this. Y'all, if you ain't Caribbean, you really wouldn't understand that powder in that damn wig and being a designated wig brusher. And imagine if you had 5 women in the house, all wearing wigs, and they ain't give me no money for doing that shit. That just was I was meant to do it. Boy, brush my goddamn wig before you go to bed. And that bitch better not have no kinks in it. Surprised a lot of us didn't become hairstylists at the age of 45 and shit. I was damn sure brushing my grandma wigs and shit. Hold on. Last one, then I get out. Boy, take my teeth and soak them in the water. Huh? Take my teeth and brush them. What? I had to take my grandma's dentures out and go take the toothbrush, brush them bitches in the bathroom sink. And here go the funny part. She'll get the teeth back. You missed a spot. The fuck? Give me the teeth back. Nigga, I had it hard, y'all. I had it motherfucking hard, bro. I earned this. Hold on. Last one. I know I'm gone. My grandma liked Levi Garrett, Golden Blend tobacco. Boy, go dump out my spit cup. Pack some more tissue in it and bring it here. Man, I had it motherfucking hard, bro. I missed that old. Everybody, thank you guys for joining in on this Monday prayer. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna let y'all go, man. I done went through some shit. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh my God, boy, I done been through it. Oh boy. Y'all don't know y'all been through it. But hey, everybody, I want you guys to check out True Spook TV this coming Thursday. We got another I got another true story coming to you guys. Guaranteed won't disappoint. This one, I got it all wrote down. I don't know shit. I talked about the unborn, the fairy offering, the astro projecting white guy. He was in the hood too. The white guy that used to astro project all around this bitch. We seen him. Everybody seen him. He used to have drinks with us, and he wasn't even there. I could tell you about the time I met the Baron at the crossroads. I'm reading it now. I could listen. What y'all want to hear? Hey, about this. I'll do a consensus. Out of all them I just read, what y'all want me to? I'll wait a little bit to see who's gonna say what. We got the unborn, the fairy offering, astro projecting white guy in the hood. The time I met the Baron at the crossroad. I got two for the Baron. Tell them all. I can't tell them all in one day. The fairy offering, Baron at the crossroad. I seem like Baron at the crossroad winning. Oh, the damn. Astro projection and the Baron at the crossroad, two in the lead. Adele want to hear that white guy. He was chilling with us, boy. We knew he wasn't there, but he was there. Yeah, my grandma was real gangster. All right. You know what? I'll just surprise you guys. Let me mark down. I don't know if I give y'all two, cause boy, y'all get greedy with that thing, man. And although I done lived a long time, the thing got to be given in portions, cause y'all got to go to work. And y'all will listen to me all day. But all right, everybody, I want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. This ancestor prayer was a little controversial, I know. I know it was a little controversial, so probably hit a little home at some. I know it hit home for me, being fully transparent. But I want you guys to understand that I'm here with you guys, and I couldn't talk to you guys or read you guys or understand you guys if I haven't been through the majority or half of the shit you guys have been through. And I just want to thank you guys again for rocking with me. I want to thank you guys again for joining me on my Patreon. I hope you guys got the message, and I hope you guys understand how those wake speeds work now. And if you have it out there, y'all just go to my Patreon. Everything is in the link in the bio. Become a Patreon member. Check it out. See what those teachings about every second Saturday of the month. The one card tarot reading giveaway, I may have to chop it down to once a month due to my schedule changing, because it is the summertime and my other my other business do kick in, because I deal with at-risk youth and counseling, and I take that as serious as I take this spiritual thing, because that's our youth and we gotta fix them. So that's what's gonna go on. But I hope you guys are getting your money's worth for those $8, and some paying $5. I hope you guys feel it not robbery, because that's a lot of teaching. That's a lot of teaching and a lot of work go into it. And I just thank you all for rocking with me. Remember to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for our premieres. I have a pretty good one going up tonight. Got a lot of energy into it. I was annoyed in this one right here, but this sister is because she was undecisive, but she got it towards the end, and you guys will see. Tonight is going to be a good one up. So y'all come join me tonight. Come in, check out the tribe, see if you can guess what's going on. Talk a little smack. How Magical Mermaids say, the church and the candy, and things like, oh boy, peppermints and shit all over the board. So, all right, everybody, I'm finna sign off this thing. I got a lot of work to do. I'm the Baron, telling you guys to trust you in the universe, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all. Soul Tribe. Oh shit! Before I go, I happened to catch all the rainwater. I caught 2 pots full of rainwater. I am not going to sell this to you guys. I'm going to give it to those who really want it. So email me rainwater. And the first people who email me this saying they want rainwater with their P.O. box address or whatever, I'm going to Home Goods to get the little vials to put them in. But your ass will pay for shipping. I am not paying for your shipping. So I will go on the internet, see what shipping cost is, and I will email you the shipping cost. You will pay for your own shipping of vial of Eclipse rainwater. Keep in mind, if you go watch the live again and see what that rainwater does under Eclipse when you add it to your spell work, and I'm going to make sure I give it to you guys. I'm going to strain it and everything. I'm going to give it to you guys exactly until it run out. I already saved me a bottle. I saved me a nice little 16-ounce bottle, but these would be probably like 4 or 5 ounce bottles, so just so you can add a little bit here and there. You don't need to dump it, but for your spiritual work. So I got that. So make sure y'all email me saying get it in. It's first come, first serve. When I run out, I'm going in procession. When I run out, I run out. I won't be able to get none of this until November, because we got another one of these type of moons coming in November. Uh, and I don't know if it's gonna rain that night, but y'all understand. All my emails are in the description below in these videos. Okay, you can find the email. I'm getting off now. All right, everybody. I'm the Baron telling God to trust in you and the universe, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all. S.O.L Tribe.